Around and round and round it goes, and where it stops, nobody knows. The time has come to stop the spin. One of the reasons people hate work, become disengaged at work, is because there's a lack of trust, driven by a lack of candor. It's called the spin, and it's time to stop it. There always has been and there always will be good news and bad news to deliver at work. In recent decades, the spin has kind of taken hold. You know, the spin, where we elevate the good news and maybe kind of exaggerate it. And the bad news, we just diminish or completely ignore, or try to convince people it's not so bad after all. So that is the art, if you will, of the spin. And then over the years, the spin has evolved into gaslighting or alternative facts. In other words, lying. And isn't it interesting that in an age when we worship data as foundational truth to building business, that we subjugate the truth in our written and spoken narratives. There are significant issues with twisting or spinning the truth. First of all, you are creating a false landscape, a false narrative. You're creating quicksand. And just as we rely on data for smart business decisions, we rely on the truth for smart business decisions. And we spend thousands of hours and millions of dollars in trying to convince the workplace to trust us. But if we're not being candid, if we're not being truthful, that trust is lost. Just remember, so hard to win, so easy to lose. Here's the thing that people simply miss. I've been in so many employee groups, so many customer service groups, that I can vouch for this. We are far more transparent than we think we are. So if we're not being candid, if we're not telling the truth, we may think we're getting away with that, but oh no. There's a whole group of people who stand back in judgment and go, well, they're screwing us again. Let bad news be bad news. If you have to deliver it, be forthright, be honest, and trust that the audience is mature enough to accept it for what it is, and you can move on. And let good news be good news. Celebrate it, trust it, and also move forward with it. When I spoke of let bad news be bad news and let good news be good news, notice I said be prepared to move forward with it. If you're using the spin, all you're doing is going around in circles.